Hi, my name is Terry Kerouac. I'm the founder of Shine.Online, your ultimate health and wellness directory, where you can search by health issue and find all of the health practitioners that specialize in that field. Today we have one such amazing practitioner with us. His name is Robert Martin, and he's a registered holistic nutritionist and certified weight loss coach. His passion is helping people regain control of their weight and achieve optimal health using real, whole foods. Unlike many clinics that struggle to deliver lasting results, Robert specializes in transforming lives by addressing the root causes of weight issues. In addition to his expertise in weight loss, Robert has a strong focus on gastrointestinal health. He believes that restoring balance to the microbiome is a crucial step in achieving true wellness. Through a personalized and science-based approach, he empowers his clients to overcome digestive challenges and reach their health goals sustainably. I love that. Thank you and welcome, Robert, for being here today.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
I'm so excited. I'm going to disclose to everyone that Robert and I took our training to become registered holistic nutritionists together several
Yeah.
years ago. So we have a similar foundation and understanding in terms of respecting the power of whole live foods. First of all, before we get into what you do, please tell us a little bit about how you got into what you do.
I got into nutrition or really starting to focus on nutrition because at 21 years old, I got diagnosed with ulcerative colitis. And despite basically following doctors' advice and taking the medications that they had recommended at the time, my health was not really getting any better. And that's when I had to start looking at other alternatives. And of course, I started to look at nutrition and what could I do from a nutritional point of view to try to help my health. And eventually I did find someone that did help me out. He did coach me along some of the changes that I needed to do. And for me, the changes were so life changing that, and at the time I was working in IT as an IT programmer, the changes were so significant and life changing that I basically decided to go to school and become a registered holistic nutritionist. I wanted to learn how to control my health, so I went really initially for myself. After graduating, I started practicing, but I was also seeking to sort of partner with a company that had a scientific approach to putting meal plans together, and that's when I found Metabolic Balance. And in fact, Metabolic Balance did not start as a weight loss program initially. It really, Dr. Wolf, fun fact, that started to basically recommend food to his patients as as medication or as a treatment. And he quickly realized that by treating the whole body and bringing the body back in balance, what would happen is that, well, people would their health would get better, but also they would start losing weight naturally. So really, that is how I got into nutrition, becoming a nutritionist, and now becoming a certified weight loss coach to really accompany my clients along the journey of losing weight, but of course also getting their health back.
Wow, that's amazing. So you yourself experienced big changes in your own health. Have you been able to sustain that?
Absolutely. Yeah. When at 21, of course, what do you do when you're 21 years old? Well, you drink beer and you eat pizza, right? And of course, I had asked my doctor at the time if there's something that I could do from a nutritional point of view to try to help out. And his answer was, well, just take your medication and everything will be fine. But it wasn't fine at all. So making the nutritional changes that I made really helped me to wean off all of my medication and really to get, my health back.
Wow, that's amazing. And the fact that you're able to get off all medication, like to me, that's a huge success story right there.
Yeah, and this kind of transformation happens with my clients all the time. Like they come to lose weight, but after changing their nutritional habits, suddenly they are able to wean off cholesterol medication, blood pressure medication, diabetes medication. So It's really cool to see that happen. I mean, they of course they come to see me because of what they see in the mirror, but in the end, what they get is a lot more than just weight loss. It's really getting their health back and also being able to start, to stop being so dependent on those medications.
And I think, what I'm hearing is that they're coming for one thing and they're trying to get control of their health. But the incredible, beautiful side effect is
Yeah.
that their body is healing and the doctors is realizing they don't need to be on such high doses and they can gradually go down or eventually disappear.
Absolutely. And I like the way you're putting it in the sense that like it's a side effect. It's really cool because I mean, a lot of people come because their primary focus is weight loss, but really the metabolic balance program is really about treating the whole body, right? Taking into consideration your metabolism, your health conditions, your medication, and really building a personal meal plan for you to really treat the entire body. And a side effect of that is you will lose weight naturally because the program is geared towards rebalancing your metabolism. So there's always small little miracles that happens along the way that people had not thought about.
Wow, that's exciting.
Yeah.
Now, tell me about some of the things that your clients may experience working with you.
Yeah, I mean, I had one man that came in one day, and of course, he was coming in to lose some weight and just to gain some insight with respect to how he should be eating and all that. And after 2, 3 weeks, he mentions to me, he says, one thing that I didn't tell you initially is that I suffer from dry eyes all the time. I went to my eye doctor, last week, and he told me that for some reason I have better hydration to my eyes, and because of that, I don't have to put eye drops all the time. I said, well, that's really cool to hear because of course one of the goals is to lower inflammation in your body, and by lowering inflammation, it's hard to tell what's going to happen, but that's how deep nutrition and making the right nutritional changes for your body and metabolism, how far reaching it can be. So that was really, for me, that was really cool.
And that's just the power of the body healing itself. It's all connected. You can't just heal one thing
Yeah.
without impacting the whole body. That's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah. And just to add to that, I mean, of course, this man was coming to see me for weight loss, and he did lose some weight. But at the end of the day, I mean, because of the results that he got with his eyes and some of the other things, now he's so like committed to sticking to what the recommendations are and really to keep on doing this program for the rest of his life. Because of course, the metabolic balance program is it's a long-term solution. It's not just, as you said in the introduction, a short-term lose the weight and then go back to your old eating habits. I mean, it'd be crazy to think that you can do something for a short period of time, lose the weight, go back to your old eating habit, and then expect different results, right? I mean, that's just insane. So for sure, yeah. I mean, it's really cool to see. So people do come in for weight loss, but what gets them hooked are all of the other results. The fact that their blood pressure is no longer high and cholesterol is lower and all of those things. So yeah, for sure.
And plus, they must just have so much more energy to live life, and it
Absolutely.
must impact their mood, and they must feel more happy and engaged in life, having that extra energy.
Absolutely. And yeah, thanks for opening that door because yes, energy. And of course, I do have a lot of women that are, menopausal, and they come in with all kinds of symptoms. And just by rebalancing the whole system and working on, rebalancing the metabolism and the hormones, I see all kinds of incredible changes, night sweats go away. They're able to finally sleep. And of course, if the night sweats go away, if you sleep better, but of course your energy is going to be there, and also your mood is going to be so much better. And then like everything else, improves in your life. Just eating right for your body, rebalancing things, and then magic happens.
But it just feels like a lot of people are having trouble with insomnia and fatigue. And I talk to so many people, and like you say, women who just struggle with energy issues. And so maybe metabolic balance isn't just about working with you wouldn't just be about weight loss, but people who have energy issues might benefit from looking at their metabolism.
Absolutely, absolutely. And the interesting that you're talking about like sleep and all that thing. I'm currently working with a 13-year-old boy who's been basically recommended by his doctor to take melatonin every night. And I find that like crazy and irresponsible for this little kid at 13 years old that he actually needs to take melatonin every night. But I mean, just changing his nutrition, changing his sleep habits, changing his lifestyle, he doesn't need melatonin at all anymore. He's able to sleep better nights than before, of course, and he's able to now focus in school. He's able to, so everything, of course, in this case as well is improving. So it's tough to see those kind of recommendations come out from our health system sometimes that, put a patch on the problem, such as melatonin, when the only thing that you need to do is just tweak a little bit your lifestyle, and then everything is going to, and respect the body's ability to produce melatonin on its own, and just set it up for success, and your body will be able to do what it has to do.
I love what you just shared, because one of my pet peeves as a registered holistic nutritionist is hearing people who aren't trained on supplements and understanding the holistic nature of the body and the systems and homeostasis, which is the body's natural desire to self-regulate, make recommendations without understanding the whole impact, or saying, I don't need to speak to a specialist. I can just go on Google or on ChatGPT and it will tell me what I need. So you're tapping into one of my pet peeves, which is, looking at that kind of that paradigm, that medical paradigm of take a pill to fix a symptom, instead of looking at what's the underlying cause. And it sounds
Yeah,
like that's how you work, is looking at
absolutely.
the underlying issues.
Yeah, exactly. Looking at the underlying issue, and once you start doing that, I mean, yeah, everything, is the body can come back to homeostasis and do what it's supposed to do, and
Yeah.
just naturally, for sure.
What's the normal process of starting to work with a client? How does working with you look?
So first of all, I don't really work on a appointment by appointment basis. It's really, if you want to do the metabolic balance program, it's really part of a plan, a program, a 16-week program. So everything is included in the cost of that program. So all the coaching, the appointment for your blood work, of course, the preparation of your meal plan, which is done by the doctors and nutritionist team, which are located in Germany. So everything is done here locally in terms of your blood work and the coaching and all that. And what they can expect in terms of weight loss in that 16 weeks is anywhere between 15 to 30 pounds. But that being said, the long goal is really to teach you what you need, to give you the tools that you need to really be able to continue this lifestyle long term. And again, not thinking in terms of like short term weight loss and then going back to whole habits. I'm really there to coach people on how the metabolic balance program works, and really to teach them on some of the changes they need to make, a long-term sustainable health, changes that they need to make to their routine, to really be able to benefit from optimal health, and of course not putting back any weight. So my three goals is, so I want to teach them how to lose weight. I want to teach them how to maintain their weight once they've reached it, and I also want to teach them how to identify what they might be doing wrong once and if they start putting on weight. So, I mean, there's nothing more frustrating, I guess, for anyone to say, it seems like I'm doing the exact same thing, but I'm putting on weight. And so I'm really trying to, again, empower them and give them the tools and the know-how to be able to sustain this lifestyle for the rest of their life.
That sounds fascinating and empowering too,
Yeah.
because you get to see kind of a formula of your life, like what's working, what's not working. Now, here's a, maybe it's a tough question, maybe it's an easy question. So you work with a company called Metabolic Balance.
Yep.
And is a person going to get the exact same care with any metabolic practitioner, or is there something unique about you that makes you stand out? And why should someone work with you versus any other metabolic balance coach?
Yeah. So, I mean, fundamentally, everyone are going to get sort of this, you would get the same meal plan in the sense that meal plans are all done by Metabolic Balance. Now, what differentiates me is probably, a lot of the experience that I have from a gastrointestinal health point of view. I don't only have that background from a theory point of view. I have it from a life perspective point of view. I've lived it. So I've had to struggles with gastrointestinal health issues since I've been 21. So I've seen pretty much everything. So although they might have come in because of weight loss and they've purchased a metabolic balance program, of course, gut health and gastrointestinal health is certainly at the core of my discussions when I deal with my clients.
Nice. Now, do you specialize, or do you work with people that have IBS or SIBO? Do you,
I do. I
yeah?
do absolutely. Yeah. I have steps. So if someone comes in and their goal is like specifically, I don't know, IBS or SIBO or Crohn's or ulcerative colitis, I do have plans that are or packages, I should say, that are geared towards that specifically. But fundamentally, what people will get is still a metabolic balance meal plan. Okay, why? Because metabolic balance meal plans are based on your metabolism. You need to get, so they're based on 34 blood values that are assessed. And when we talk about metabolism, because I often hear people say my metabolism is broken, we don't have any single organ that is called metabolism in our body. But when we talk about our metabolism, we're actually talking about our liver or kidney or pancreas. So that's it's really and your immune system. So it's what metabolic balance looks at is really at all of your metabolism, all of your different organs that are to make sure that they're all working optimally. And they're also looking to see where are your nutritional deficiencies, because our bodies don't run on calories. Our bodies run on nutrients. So it's really important that you get the proper amino acids and proper fatty acids, the proper minerals, the proper vitamins, and that's what metabolic looks at. So that's what sets this program so apart. So regardless of the health issue you have, fundamentally one of the like your initial foundation to your house is your nutrition. We need to fix that. And metabolic balance is really, they as I said, it's a scientifically backed program, and they will take into consideration your blood work, your current health conditions, any medication that you're taking. If you have any allergies or intolerances, they will take that into consideration. And also if you have any food aversions. So if there's something specific you don't like, they're not going to put it on your plan. So it's really, really specifically personalized, custom tailored to you, and it takes into consideration all of your health aspects.
You read my mind. I was absolutely going to ask about intolerances. So I just recently realized that I don't have issues with gluten. I have issues with wheat.
Right.
And that was just from me being aware of how my body was responding. But a lot of people aren't. So what happens to someone who's not aware that, they're triggered by certain foods? Does food testing come into play, or food sensitivity testing? How does someone know if there are foods that are for their best interest and some that
Yeah.
aren't?
So yeah, and that's a really interesting topic on its own, because so the goal of metabolic balance is not to identify nutritional intolerance or like food intolerance. I do have access to those tests. So there's IgG tests that we can get done to identify those nutritional deficiencies, yet nutritional intolerances, sorry. But the problem, or I would say, so the perspective of metabolic balance on or food intolerances is that often people will develop food intolerances because they have nutritional deficiencies.
Oh, wow. I have a million more questions for you, but one question is if people have a tendency of thinking the only way to lose weight is by calorie restriction.
Right.
So, does this food program, is that focused on calorie restriction? Are you hungry? You know, are you just going to suffer for, 14 weeks on
Yeah.
this meal plan because you hate the food and you don't have time to prepare it and you're hungry all the time and you're grouchy?
So one of the things that I often hear is people say, "I can't believe that I'm not hungry." So that comment, I hear it all the time. The first 2 weeks of the program, you are in a slight calorie deficit. But the only reason is because we're trying to get the body to detoxify at that point. And also the first 2 weeks of the program is really to allow your metabolism to shift, okay, on this new routine that you have. But beyond the first 2 weeks, the focus of the program is really to balance and normalize your glucose. So to really focus a lot on making sure that there's no glucose slash insulin spikes and that your glucose is not all over the place. So really the name of the game when it comes to weight loss and also to hunger management is really to manage your glucose. So if you don't have any spikes and valleys in your glucose, then you're not going to be hungry. But if you eat 3 well-balanced meals a day, you're not going to be hungry. We sit at the desk for 2 hours and then 2 hours later we're hungry. Like, what the hell? How is that possible? So we haven't even spent any, any energy yet. So, but that's all because of the way we eat. So it's just important that we eat the right foods and we eat the foods that will nourish us. So by having, nutrient dense food, you're not going to be hungry because you will provide your body what it needs to be able to operate optimally.
Wow.
So we don't put you into calorie deprivation or deficit.
Okay. Well, wow. Well, that's nice. That's a relief because nobody likes feeling hungry.
No, and in fact, just to add to that, the problem with a lot of programs that basically put you in calorie deficit. So remember that our bodies don't run on calories, our bodies run on nutrients. So by having a calorie deficit program, you're actually also depriving your body from key nutrients that it actually needs to function optimally. So it's like that's the reason why metabolic balance is really isocaloric, but it's also focused on nourishing the body. So that's really where the focus. So we will provide you the program that you need to really give the right fuel to your body.
And that fuel is what is needed to heal and stay healthy long term.
Exactly, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, in the weight loss world, there's so many gimmicks and gadgets and trends and shots and pills and, do this and the biggest loser, like exercise until you like pass out. And,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and so, what advice would you have for someone seeking weight loss amidst all of this noise out there? What advice would you have?
Yeah, so there's a few things that really get me these days. First of all, we have to remember that 80% of the results that we will get when it comes to weight loss is in our plate. Okay, so and only 20% is really exercising and stuff like that. So I mean, what we eat is the core of why we put on weight or we lose weight or if we feel well or not well. So the one thing that really gets me these days is to keep on hearing about and keep worrying about what. So, I mean, I understand these tools are out there, but unless you address the root cause of the issue, which is your lifestyle and how you nourish your body, Ozempic and Wegovy are not going to help you very much. And in fact, we have to remember that and at the end of the day, what you're putting in your body is still crap. At the end of the day, you're not doing a favor to your body in any way. You're still not nourishing it. So, I mean, you might lose. I do have a lot of people that come to see me. They've tried Wegovy, didn't do anything for them because at the end of the day, they didn't change any of their lifestyles. It's still another medication that you're going to put in your body that has a lot of side effects unless you take ownership of the issue and your life and your lifestyle and your health. You're probably not going to end up getting the results that you're really seeking for, and you might also in the end actually aggravate your health even more. So be careful about these pretended magic pill.
That is really good advice. So, it's really a double-edged sword. Do you want to lose weight with at that cost? Because
That's
there's a
right.
cost to
Yeah.
using medication, right?
No, absolutely. You're absolutely right. Whatever approach you decide to use, make sure that that approach, uh, that really health is at the center of that approach, and that it's sustainable long term. This is something that you can do for the rest of your life. And maybe this is going to lead me to talk about the ketogenic diet. I have nothing against that diet, aside from the fact that it isn't really a long-term sustainable solution. So yes, it might do what it's supposed to do short term, but a lot of ketogenic diet is going to cause nutritional deficits. So again, be careful about these pretended, these
Quick hits.
pretended quick hits. Yeah, thank you. So yes, it can do it, but I mean, again, you need to change the way you do things fundamentally for a long term if you want to get long term results and really preserve your health and get your health back.
Wow. I think that that's really the core, is really about focusing on whatever approach you pick. It's got to be about healthy, whole live foods and allowing your body to get the nutrients it needs to stay healthy, to give your liver and your pancreas and your heart the amino acids and the enzymes and the nutrition, like the deep, full range, full rainbow of nutrition
Yeah,
that it needs to build and maintain health. The population is aging, and so we need those nutrients and that foundation as early as possible and for as long as possible in order to age gracefully and in
absolutely.
health, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you have any final thoughts that you'd like to leave our viewers with?
Lots of people want to lose weight. We all want the results. We don't want to put in the work, but think of it as, taking your health, taking control, and also taking ownership and taking, what's the word I'm looking for here? Accountability. Like, it's being accountable for your health. Like we have a sick health system. We all know that, and we can't really rely on that system to really make us well and to make us healthy. So there's only one way to do it, is really it's accountability. Be accountable for your health. Be accountable for what you put in your mouth. I mean, I hear so many people to say, "Oh, I'm not feeling well. I don't have a choice." Yes, we all have a choice. We make that choice 3 times a day. It's all about what we put in our mouth 3 times a day. So eating good food is actually really, really good compared to any of the fast food stuff that we find out there. So yeah, that would be maybe my last final advice. So
Yep. Thank you so much, Robert. This was fantastic. And I think it really helps reset our mentality on what is health and what is healthy weight loss.
yeah.
Because there's, like I said earlier, there's so much noise out there. People are getting so much input from the
Hmm.
media and commercials and fads and trends. And it's almost like people don't know what to think anymore. And
Yeah.
you've really helped us understand that it comes back to the foundation. If you want to lose weight, you need to be healthy and
Yeah.
give your body what it needs to do that in a customized way. And that's what I like about the program that you're suggesting, is it's really customized based on testing. So it's not on guessing, based on testing on
No.
what you and your body is craving and needing. So I
Yeah.
really love that. Thank you.
Thank you so much for having me. It was a pleasure to see you again. It's been a while since we've been sitting at a school bench. So thank you. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. And for you, our viewers, if you have any questions for Robert, you can put them in the comments below. And we will also link to his profile page on Shine.Online. And you can reach him directly through there, ask him any questions you have, and connect with him to see if his program is right for you. Once again, thank you so much for watching today, and we'll see you in the next video.